What's going on, everybody? Going Youper here. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for all the likes and love that I've been shown lately. Thank you to all the new subscribers and old subscribers. It's been awesome. I've been really enjoying the conversations back and forth in the comments. I'm still trying to get to them all. Please give me as much time as you possibly can. I'll definitely get to them. Before we go any farther, could you please take a quick second, hit that like button, maybe even that little bell. It's supposed to let you know when I do a video, but I don't think it works right. Give it a try. Anyway, this video was already made once, but I had to redo it because, see, I was going to tell you all about this awesome guy, Reese's Pythons. He was doing this amazing giveaway, and the video was supposed to come out today already. You're supposed to have already seen it. And unfortunately, last night I caught a live where he was announcing the winner. So you would have found it late. I would have sent you to a giveaway that wasn't happening and looked like a total turd. So, do-over. Going to give a shout out to Reese's Pythons anyway. Boom, right here. Awesome person. As you can see, good supporter of Youper. He's got a little Youper band on right there, pretty awesome. His family is awesome, that's why he is awesome. He's not alone here, trust me. His wife, Mother of Pythons, awesome lady. If you ever get a chance to catch a live with her in it, you're gonna laugh and have a good time. I suggest you go down there to the link, click it, and subscribe. He's fun as it gets. He's got more subscribers than I do. He doesn't really need my help, but he's that fun, and he's also a good supporter of the community. Alright, so today's topic isn't reptile related, but I will show you a couple giveaway snakes at the end of this video like I always do. And I'm going to give some shout out to Chris over here at Iron Dog Reptiles. Thank you so much, man. You did a great video the other day about the riots in Kenosha. I'm not too terribly far from Kenosha. I've been through Kenosha quite a few times. My wife actually lived down in there for a little bit. And I can tell you it's a nice, quaint, little, tiny, little, nothing speck of a town that isn't too far away from two major cities. So it's not that far from Illinois, and that's where this one young child came up with a firearm. And he is a child. He's 17, 18 years old. That's a child. He came up there with a firearm and to protect businesses. So he came up with good intent. He came from Illinois. He's not from Kenosha. He doesn't own a business in Kenosha. And I think that has a lot to do with this as well. You know, when you carry a firearm or you have a firearm, a lot of you might know I always have a firearm on me. I've always carried. I've never had to use it. Nobody usually even knows I have one because I just don't hold it out in the open. I prefer to keep mine concealed. Yes, legally that kid could carry that rifle he had in the open where he was doing what he was doing. He legally could. Problem was he didn't have the mental capability of doing what he was doing. And that's something that comes over time. It comes over life experiences. You don't know how you're going to handle yourself until you've been in situations. So it's really hard to say, well, I would have done that or he should have done this, unless you've experienced similar situations or other life situations that have shown you how you react to things. The kid just didn't have what it took upstairs. I'm not saying he was a dumb child or anything like that. It's just a big responsibility. If I fire my firearm at the bad guy and the bullet goes through the bad guy and hits a good guy, I am responsible where that bullet ends up. And unfortunately, this whole thing is a mess. I'm not going to pick a side whether you should have riots or not, or that's not what I'm talking about in this video. What I'm talking about is this child that was in Kenosha, the kid in Kenosha. It's just a sad thing all the way around. Was he in the right to fire his firearm on those protesters at that moment? Yes and no. Okay, we don't have the facts, so I don't like to be one of those people that come here and say he did this and that and this. We don't have the facts. For all we know, he had a notebook back at home that had a whole plan of killing protesters because he's tired of the stuff. You know, if they find a notebook like that, then maybe he isn't a kid that was going up there to protect the business. We just don't have all the facts. I think he went up there with good intentions. I just don't think he went armed with what he needed to be armed with, and that is the mentality to be able to carry a firearm. I am very conscious about my firearm. The day I got my CPL, my CCW, that day changed a lot of things. I was the person, when you cut me off, I was fingers in the air, your mama, all that kind of stuff. Follow you down, yell at you, maybe even smack you. If I was on my motorcycle, I've been known to smack a few side mirrors off for people who cut me off. Now, as soon as I got my firearm, that all ended. Person cut me off, it's all good. I just waved at him. All that changed. The responsibility of having this not only an equalizer, but also a thing of power, controlling power. It could be used as a controlling power and not just as a defensive power. That's the immense type of thing. That's a lot of responsibility. And I don't think this kid was armed with that kind of responsibility. Um, Verbal skills, big thing. You know, having good verbal skills. It's okay to leave a situation. It's okay for me having a firearm with somebody with a 2x4, a skateboard, or whatever, even another firearm. It's okay for me to say, hey, I don't want this fight. It's all good. And de-escalate and leave that situation. You know, I can't tell you what was going through this kid's head. I'm sure he had good intentions, but like I said, he just didn't have what he should have had. And that's what I wanted to make this video about. So it's not real long, a short little video, not the video I plan on putting out, again, because Reese has ruined it. Thanks a lot, buddy. But I do want to get my point across, so I hope this kind of gets people in the right mindset about this whole thing. Did he have the right or not to do what he did is not what I'm questioning. I just don't think he had what it took to carry a firearm. It's a big, big responsibility, and not one I take lightly. So even if he doesn't get prosecuted for this, for crimes on this, he's going to face a lot of civil suits, and you can't get away from civil suits. These things will wreck the rest of his life. That's a fact. I mean, that's almost a proven fact. It'd be very hard for him to win in a civil case. You can lose a civil case to hearsay. So that's kind of where it's at with him right now, and I feel bad for all the people involved. I would say in the first place there shouldn't have been no rioting in the first place, but that kid shouldn't. He had no business being there. If riders came to my shop here where I have live animals, yes, I would defend my shop. I would not ask anybody else, not even my children or my wife or anybody else, to help me defend my shop, because taking a life, even taking a bad guy's life, is not something you're gonna set easy with throughout your life. Especially if you're younger in your years. You might think, yeah, well, hey, the guy was trying to kill me. I blew him away, and I don't care. I have no regrets. As you get older, you know, that might change. So this is something that's always going to haunt this kid. He made a really bad decision because other people were making bad decisions. So that never turns out good. So that's what I want to say in the piece, and I'm saying this again because of Chris over at Iron Dog Reptiles made a really good video about this stuff. You know, I could tell he had a lot of emotion in it, and I was planning on doing a video as well. But I figured he did such a good job kind of handling the emotions of the situation that I would just kind of go on the end of the responsibilities of carrying a firearm and what it actually takes. Anybody can have a gun in their hands and on them or with them, but it takes a strong mental person to know when to use it and when not to use it, and also to know where you are and when you are. When you get to a heated spot where everything's elevated tenfold in a riot situation, the chances of you using a firearm on yourself go up dramatically, and that has to be part of the thought process before you go engage in something like that. So I would never ask nobody to come do that, because if they accidentally hurt somebody that was innocent or even a bad guy, they'd have to live with that for the rest of their life, and that's not easy to do, I'm sure. I hope I never have to face that anyway. So my heart goes out to this kid, his family, goes out to the people that were victims of all these crimes and all these crazy things that are going on. But these riots ain't how to handle situations, in my opinion, and neither is grabbing your gun and going up and trying to be a vigilante or a person of justice. If you don't have it up here, you're not going to be able to make what's right here work for you the way it should. So I'm out. Love everybody. See you. Bye.